I'm from Charlotte, so I grew up in Charlotte. So I was born in Ohio, but I spent a few years in Charleston, West Virginia, and then my dad moved us down to Charlotte. So my family's been in Charlotte since 1990. From Charlotte, I went to college at Auburn University in Auburn, Alabama, and then I did my medical school at Chapel Hill, at UNC Chapel Hill, and then my residency in Charleston, South Carolina at the Medical University of South Carolina before I came here. When I was playing football in high school, I broke my finger, and I went to an orthopedist in Charlotte, fascinated and intrigued by his ability to not just diagnose the condition and treat it, but when I could go back and play. Of course, at that age, that's the most important thing, is when I can get back on the field. So just the prognosis and recovery time and that sort of thing. I just was always very interested in medicine from that point in time. And so when I went to college, of course, I went to college as pre-med. I've always been interested in kids. They're just fun. So everybody always told me that I would be a good pediatrician. And when I went to med school, they're like, oh, you're going to go into pediatrics. And of course, I tried to look at everything else out there and ended up of course, I came right back to pediatrics, where everybody thought I was going to end up in the first place. When I went to med school and going through these rotations, I definitely felt like the people that were going into pediatrics I was most similar to. And so not just my enjoyment of kids, but the type of people that are in pediatrics are people that I enjoy being around and work well with. And I've always worked with kids too, ever since I was in high school, being a lifeguard and a swim coach, and spending a lot of time around the pool and with younger kids and coaching. So it's been fun. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't laugh out loud about something. Some kid does something silly, and so things can be serious. I mean, we're in a medical office, and kids are sick, and sometimes they're really sick. But there's a lot of fun in the pediatrics office too. And there's not a day that doesn't go by that you just don't crack up about something. So the kids, they just are very inspiring. I'm pretty active, so if it's any kind of sport, then I'm usually up for doing it. So in recent years, a lot of boating and fishing and spearfishing and wakeboarding, surfing, paddleboarding, most of the stuff on the water, here in Wilmington. That's why a lot of us are here. So I use the water as much as I can. Not to mention, I've been on some soccer teams and volleyball teams and softball teams and that sort of thing too as well. So usually something active.